$1 coin Bank of Negara Malaysia, 1969. The history of the Malaysian $1 coin, later known as the 1 ringgit coin, is closely connected to the development of modern Malaysia itself. More than just a piece of metal used for trade, the coin represents the country's economic growth, national identity, cultural pride, and monetary evolution. Over the decades, the design, material, and circulation of the coin changed according to the needs of the economy and the direction of the nation. From its first introduction in the early 1970s until its withdrawal from circulation in 2005, the $1 coin became one of the most recognizable symbols of Malaysian currency. Malaysia gained independence from Britain in 1957 and later formed the Federation of Malaysia in 1963. During the early years after independence, the country still used currency systems connected to colonial arrangements. However, the government wanted a fully independent monetary identity. This led to the establishment of Bank Negara Malaysia in 1959 as the nation's central bank. The bank became responsible for issuing currency, managing monetary policy, and maintaining financial stability. In 1967, Malaysia officially introduced its own national currency, the Malaysian dollar, replacing the old Malaya and British Borneo dollar. At that time, the currency used the dollar symbol. Coins introduced in the first series included denominations of 1 sun, 5 sun, 10 sun, 20 sun, and 50 senator. A few years later, the government introduced the larger and more valuable $1 coin, Wikipedia +1. The first $1 coin was introduced in 1971. It was the largest coin in the series and carried important national symbols. The front side of the coin featured the Malaysian Parliament building along with the crescent moon and star from the national flag. These elements represented democracy, Islam as the religion of the Federation, and national unity. The reverse side displayed the denomination and the word Malaysia. The design was simple yet powerful, reflecting the confidence of a young nation building its future. Wikipedia +1. The first $1 coin was made of cupronickel, a durable alloy containing copper and nickel. It had a diameter of around 33 millimeters, making it one of the largest circulating coins in Southeast Asia during that era. The large size gave the coin a strong presence in daily transactions. Many Malaysians from older generations still remember the heavy and solid feeling of the original $1 coin. The designer of the first Malaysian coin series was Geoffrey Colley, whose initials GC appeared on the coins. His design philosophy focused on simplicity and national symbolism. The Parliament building used on the coins represented Malaysia's democratic aspirations after independence. Wikipedia +1. Despite its impressive appearance, the first $1 coin faced practical challenges. One major issue was that Malaysia also had a $1 banknote circulating at the same time. People generally preferred using paper notes because they were lighter and easier to carry. As a result, the coin never became as popular as the government had hoped. This situation was similar to other countries where coins and notes of the same value circulated together, often leading citizens to favor paper money. During the 1970s and 1980s, Malaysia experienced rapid economic development. Industrialization expanded, urbanization increased, and trade grew significantly. The $1 coin circulated widely during this period, especially in markets, transportation, and small retail businesses. It became part of everyday life for millions of Malaysians. The coin also reflected the nation's multicultural identity. Malaysia is home to Malays, Chinese, Indians, and indigenous communities. Currency served as a unifying national symbol shared by all citizens regardless of ethnicity or religion. Every Malaysian handled the same coins and notes, reinforcing a sense of belonging to one nation. In addition to regular circulation coins, Bank Negara Malaysia occasionally released commemorative $1 coins to celebrate important national milestones and events. One famous example was the commemorative 1 ringgit coin issued in 1979 to celebrate the 20th anniversary of the central bank. The coin featured the headquarters building of Bank Negara Malaysia and special anniversary markings. Both standard cupronickel and silver-proof versions were produced for collectors. Malaysia coin. Commemorative coins became popular among collectors because they preserved historical memories in physical form. They also showcase Malaysia's achievements in areas such as tourism, economic planning, national development, and international events. By the late 1980s, Malaysia decided to redesign its coinage. Economic modernization and inflation required a new approach to currency production. In 1989, the second series of Malaysian coins was introduced. This series included a completely redesigned 1 ringgit coin. Exchange rate +1. The second-generation 1 ringgit coin differed greatly from the earlier version. It was smaller, lighter, and easier to use. The diameter was reduced significantly from 33 millimeters to around 24 millimeters. The material composition also changed from cupronickel to an alloy containing copper, zinc, and tin. These changes reduced production costs and improved practicality. The new design emphasized Malaysian culture and heritage. Traditional Malay motifs and national symbols appeared on the coin. One famous feature was the image of the Keris, a traditional Malay dagger that symbolizes bravery, honor, and cultural identity. The redesign represented a shift from purely political symbolism toward broader cultural representation. Around this time, Malaysia also gradually shifted terminology from the dollar symbol dollar to the word ringgit. Although Malaysians had long used the term ringgit informally, the government officially standardized it in the 1990s. Coins minted after 1993 displayed ringgit instead of the dollar sign. This change strengthened Malaysia's independent monetary identity and distinguished the currency internationally. Exchange rate +1. The word ringgit itself has an interesting history. It originally referred to the serrated edges of Spanish silver dollars that circulated in the region centuries ago. Over time, the term became associated with money in general. Eventually, it became the official name of Malaysia's currency. The 1990s were a transformative decade for Malaysia. Under rapid economic expansion, the country became one of Southeast Asia's emerging industrial powers. The 1 ringgit coin circulated heavily during this era. It was commonly used in public telephones, vending machines, buses, parking meters, and everyday shopping. However, new challenges emerged. One significant problem involved coin fraud and compatibility with foreign coins. Reports indicated that the Malaysian 1 ringgit coin had similarities in size and electromagnetic properties to certain foreign coins. Some people allegedly exploited these similarities to trick vending and machine systems abroad. This created complications for both Malaysian authorities and international businesses. Reddit. At the same time, inflation reduced the practical purchasing power of the coin. As the economy modernized, people increasingly preferred banknotes and electronic payments for higher-value transactions. The coin became less convenient in daily use. Another important event affecting Malaysian currency was the Asian financial crisis of 1997 to 1998. The crisis severely impacted many Asian economies, including Malaysia. The value of the ringgit dropped sharply against the US dollar, and the government implemented currency controls to stabilize the economy. Although the crisis primarily affected financial markets and banknotes rather than coins, it highlighted the importance of monetary stability and central bank management. Wikipedia. During the early 2000s, Malaysia moved toward modernizing its payment systems. Electronic banking, debit cards, and digital transactions became more common. As part of currency restructuring, the government reassessed the usefulness of the 1 ringgit coin. Finally, on December 7, 2005, Bank Negara Malaysia officially demonetized the 1 ringgit coin and removed it from circulation. Citizens were given time to exchange the coins at banks. After the deadline, the coin was no longer legal tender. Exchange rate. The withdrawal marked the end of an important chapter in Malaysian monetary history. Several reasons contributed to the decision. First, the coin had become less practical due to inflation and changing payment habits. Second, production and handling costs were increasingly difficult to justify. Third, concerns about counterfeiting and machine compatibility created additional complications. Although the coin disappeared from everyday transactions, it remained highly significant among collectors and historians. Numismatists, or coin collectors, value old Malaysian 1 ringgit coins for their historical importance, designs, minting variations, and commemorative editions. Coins in excellent condition can sometimes command high prices in collector markets. Today, the old $1 and 1 ringgit coins are remembered with nostalgia by many Malaysians. Older generations often recall childhood memories involving the large silver-colored coins. Some people remember saving them in piggy banks, using them in school canteens, or carrying them during bus rides and market visits. The coins also serve as educational tools for understanding Malaysian history. By examining changes in design and materials, historians can trace the country's economic and political development. The first series reflected post-independence nation-building, while the second series highlighted cultural heritage and modernization. Modern Malaysian coinage now focuses mainly on sun denominations such as 5 sun, 10 sun, 20 sun, and 50 senator banknotes handle larger values, while digital payments continue to grow rapidly. Nevertheless, the legacy of the 1 ringgit coin remains important in the story of Malaysia's financial evolution. Collectors often distinguish between different generations of the coin. The large 1971 version is especially admired because of its size and classic parliament design. The later Carey's design coin from the 1990s is remembered as a symbol of modern Malaysia before the rise of electronic payments. Commemorative editions remain particularly valuable. Coins celebrating national anniversaries, economic plans, tourism campaigns, and institutional milestones are considered miniature historical records. They preserve moments of national pride and achievement. The history of the Malaysian $1 coin is therefore much more than a history of money. It is a story about independence, modernization, identity, and national transformation. Through changing designs, materials, and circulation patterns, the coin reflected Malaysia's journey from a newly independent country into a modern developing nation. Even after its withdrawal, the 1 ringgit coin continues to hold emotional and historical value. Museums, collectors, and educational institutions preserve these coins as symbols of Malaysia's monetary heritage. Younger generations who never use the coins can still learn about the country's past through them. In conclusion, the $1 coin of Bank Negara Malaysia played an essential role in Malaysia's economic and cultural history. Introduced in 1971 as part of the country's first independent coin series, it symbolized national pride and financial sovereignty. Over the decades, the coin evolved in design and purpose, reflecting shifts in politics, culture, and technology. From the large parliament design coin of the 1970s to the smaller Carey's design version of the 1990s, the 1 ringgit coin captured the spirit of its era. Although withdrawn from circulation in 2005, the coin remains an enduring symbol of Malaysia's development. It reminds people of the country's economic progress, cultural richness, and national identity. For collectors and historians, the coin represents a valuable connection to the past. For ordinary Malaysians, it remains a cherished memory of daily life during an important period in the nation's history.